Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for the final of the Hong Kong Sevens, USA versus New Zealand. Now, this game is going to be an intense one. We have seen two sides that have both had pretty successful competitions, with the exception of one loss each in their final game of the pool stages. But looking through at the USA side, it is going to be Alona Maha, or Ma, I should say. Also, Kelter Sammy Sullivan, who currently during the US national anthem has got the salute. Of course, ex-member of the military. We have got Kayla Kennett, also Cedric Kershey and Ravetti. That is the starting lineup for the USA. For New Zealand, it will be Georgia Miller, Rizi Pori Lane, Sheree Kaka, Portia Woodman Wycliffe, Teresa Setefano, also Tyler King and Michaela Blyde. But I hope you guys are all excited for this game. Should be a very intense one. Definitely because both of these sides, like I mentioned, they've had some very good tournaments. But this is the furthest that USA have made it throughout this 2023-24 series so far. In the chat, we have got Beds Blaze Nov Mum, and also Spider-Mech is here as well. Do let me know your score predictions in the comments as well, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the New Zealand national anthem currently being sung, and then this game will be underway. I think that the big test is going to be for the USA not having Jazz Gray in the starting lineup. Now, I believe she will be coming off the bench. She was one of the keys in the last contest for the US. And then also off the bench, they have got Chris Thomas, Lauren Doyle, and also Olsen. So I feel like they've got some very good players who can make their way onto the field a little bit later on. New Zealand, they've got Felix Hotham off the bench, the experience of Stacey Waka, and also a couple youngsters in Nuku Paul and also Ikinacio to make their way off the bench as well. And Stupid Sky Sound Jumping says Nov Mum and 150-0 to the USA. Says Bads of Blaze, good evening, Hamish. New Zealand should win this. I would also like to thank you for all your commentaries. Thank you, love it. Says Kevin Lala. And of course, the next leg of the Sevens is actually going to be taking place early May. And that will be the last leg before we get into the finals, which is in Madrid. And that will be in late May that they are taking place. And then, of course, we get ever so closer to the Olympics. It's going to be awesome. See those in action. Should mention as well, we have still got one more final tonight. That will be between New Zealand and France. And that is kicking off in about 38 minutes time, which gives us plenty of time to enjoy, first of all, this final and work out whether or not New Zealand can do the double or whether we can see the two Northern Hemisphere sides getting themselves the victories. But the national anthems have been sung. Both of these sides are ready to go. It looks like Adam Lil will be in charge of this one. I recognize the face of the referee because on top of his face is his head. Well, the scalp, as they'd say, and his has no hair on it. So he stands out. In fact, he might be going to the touchline. We will have a different referee in charge of this one, but you can see the emotion on the face of both of these sides. Saw the tears in the eyes of Sammy Sullivan. We also saw her firing up the crowd in their last game. Relax, everyone, only USA, says Spider-Mech. Although you've also got to give USA their credit. This is further than they've gone throughout the whole of the season. Sevens is a game that every once in a while the stars align. It's George Selwood, different referee, but also bald. Adam Leal has hair. I don't know what I was on about there. I meant that it was George Selwood. But poor Adam Leal just got caught in the crossfire. But yeah, every once in a while in the world of sevens, something goes right. And that is what the USA are hoping for here. They've got a lot of potential. On top of his face is his head. Now that's the type of commentary we come here for. That's called sleep-deprived commentary, isn't it? But USA kicking off from left to right. And the final now is underway. And it's nicely taken by New Zealand, who are wearing the white for this one. So they are the Black Ferns in white. Their shorts are black, so that I guess counts for something. Now running across field, Sheree Kaka passes off to Michaela Blyde, who's going to be a handful for everyone in this USA team. She has to retreat though. Getting back across to this right-hand wing where Portia Woodman Wycliffe is there. Ma manages to cut her off. The USA, it's all about staying close in the early stages of this matchup. If they can take it to deep water, then that is where they have the best chance. It's going to be pushed out wide. Michaela Blyde receives it off the bounce. Nothing really doing for the Black Ferns as of yet, but they are still making meters inside of the USA half. While y'all saying it's easy, USA are in the final for a reason, says Beds Blaze, exactly right. Like, I always enjoy seeing people underestimate teams because every once in a while it comes back to backfire. Now, Georgia Miller has broken the line there, and she will run in the first try, which of course everyone will go, oh, we told you so. But once again, game not quite over yet. Nice try from New Zealand, though. They come in as heavy favourites for this contest, and Georgia Miller gets her 4th try of the Hong Kong Sevens. And Aussie will get their high all, and Hamish says, Robert, there you go, New Zealand, says Kalera. And Aussie will get there you go, Kiwi, says Kalera. In there as well. And Australia, 24-14 to the Kiwis, says Roy. Although Australia not playing in this one, of course, they did win in their match up against France for the bronze, though. Managing to walk away in 3rd place for this competition. Miami, I support my sister 100%, says Spider Mech. That kick has gone over now, making the score 7-0 in favour of New Zealand. A nice start to this one. They have had 35 cup titles of all time, compared to the USA, who've only etched up the 3 in history. They wouldn't mind making it a 4th here at one of the most prestigious locations to play sevens, that being in Hong Kong. But it's kicked off short by New Zealand. Doesn't travel. Oh, it does travel the 10, they say. So that is going to mean that New Zealand have retained the ball. It's going to be a partial knock on there from the USA. They may be a little bit... Oh, it's going to be a penalty there. Kelter going in off her feet, 45-0 for New Zealand, says Kalera. We've seen some big scorelines, 20-plus sisters, says Spider-Man. That is a very big family, isn't it? Although they do often talk about the sisterhood of these Sevens women's sides. Mainly Australia is the team that actually talk mainly about the fact that they are all sisters, and in some cases they actually are. Tegan and Maddie Levi, related by blood. Now, trying to drive forward there was Michaela Blyde, 26-17 to the USA, says Pads Ablaze. It's just a game, anyone can win, underdogs can also win. That is true. Poultry Lane now, looking to find her way through. You look at someone like an Argentina. They came in as the top dogs heading into this competition, and they didn't even get into the quarterfinal. Nice run forward for New Zealand, 25 or so metres out, another advantage going in favour of the Black Ferns. And they will come back for the original penalty. USA retreating to make sure that they are back the 10 metres just in case New Zealand want to take this quickly. But it does look like they are now opting for the scrum. Or do they? No, Michaela Blythe's just going to go with a quick tap and go. You can see that the turf has taken an absolute pounding over the weekend. As when Michaela Blythe was standing there ready to take the tap, I couldn't see her foot. Which is a weird sentence to say. Now Tyler King going off to the left-hand side. Polly Lane has the option on the outside to Michaela Blythe. She's got a bit of toe, and I can see it this time. No, that sounds a bit dodgy as well, but it's a try to New Zealand out on the wing, or is it? They want to check to see if she's in touch first of all. I think to the blind eye it looked all right. I mean, New Zealand says Beds ablaze. Now, looking upstairs, did Michaela Blythe put her foot in touch? Or did she finish it? She finished it. And New Zealand got themselves their second try now of the Hong Kong final. 7th now of the tournament for her. Hooray, New Zealand, says Kalera, and yes, she did, says Spider Meg. What you doing? You want feet pics or something for OnlyFans? No, it's just, unfortunately, I referenced her foot, and then I referenced it again, and it just sounded like it was too many feet references. It wasn't supposed to be weird, and it probably wouldn't have been if I hadn't said anything about it sounding weird. Michaela Blythe, quick, down the wing, and manages to score herself her 7th of the competition. That one is missed away to the side, so New Zealand will remain 12-0 up. I couldn't see her foot. I wish that's a sentence for another streaming website, says Grant. I think it's obvious now that I have lacked sleep over the last couple of days, and we had about 3 hours where we didn't have a stream, and I feel like that's the time when my brain went to sleep rather than staying in streaming mode. But Tyler King, that looked close to offside for New Zealand, but it's still, oh yeah, that's going to hurt. 2 players bang in the air and fall in an awkward manner. I like Hobbit feet, says Yikes, and go Kiwi, says Calera. Look what you started, Amy. I think you started it. That's it. Oh, it's a yellow card. Oh, wait, who gets the yellow card? New Zealand, I think. No, it's USA who get the yellow card. Now, I thought New Zealand was offside from the get-go here. So, yeah, playing her in the air, bang, slams her down. They're almost a reverse RKO, and Blythe's feet too small to see. Says Spider-Man, no, it's just the fact that the pitch is so roughed up after the first little while. But Ravetti, the lady who has been taken off the park, now the USA playing with only 6 out there on the field, and New Zealand already with the 12-point advantage, with a lady advantage as well. That's going to give them even more chance. Passing it out wide, and Michaela Blythe, guess what? She's got another one. She has got 2 now in this final. Wait, are they checking? No, they are happy with it, or are they? No, Adam Lil wants another look. His name's not Adam, I've forgotten it though. I think it's George. USA gets a yellow card for not showing feet. Right, they want to check the grounding here. Did Michaela Blythe? Oh. They will award the try. She almost had a bit of separation there. You've got to be careful doing it like that. It can't be New Zealand, hallelujah, says Calera there. New Zealand are now up 17-0. And no red card for my Kiwis, says Calera. And the little pocket rocket scores for a second time as well. I told you 20 plus, says Spider-Man. Oh, see, I thought you were meaning 20 pluses and like there's 20 plus in the squad and like the team environment. Because you said 20 plus for the sisters, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a big family. But you were actually referring to your score prediction. And America headed for a big defeat. Yeah, this game so far has been all New Zealand throughout this first half. And hello, oh, how the hell did the Yankee crew get to the final? Who do they play? I mean, they beat a lot of good sides. To be fair, like the only team that they lost to was Canada, who did end up losing to New Zealand in the quarterfinals, fun fact. But, they've beaten some good sides. They beat France, who looked like they were going to be able to go through to the final. Looks like Chris Thomas has now made her way onto the field. Like, even though they are struggling in this game, the USA, we can't underestimate, like, the path that they've had to get to this game, because they have beaten some top sides. Now, Hamish, you can sleep well after all these games till Super Rugby, says Kevin. Yeah, I'll be able to sleep for a week, won't I? It'll be quite nice. Now stepping through Kershey, almost got it away. Now Ma breaking away. Has she got the pace? Alona Ma, she's taken down by Tyler King. Offload up to Chris Thomas. She puts the fend out. USA aren't too far away from possibly striking. For the first time, we are just on the halftime siren. New Zealand, that looks like a penalty. Tyler King not rolling away. I think Hemi stole the USA's players' feet. That's why they're losing a lot inside ball. And that's going to be the first try for the USA. It will be Alex Cedric who does score the try here. Her first of Hong Kong. The USA are back in it, and we've got to remember, yes, New Zealand took a big lead, but they did not convert in 2 out of the 3 of their tries. Oh, what's up, brother Hamish? Been missing your Super Rugby streaming, bro. I was a blinder this weekend. Hope all is good, bro. Says Bear Flavels. Yeah, we're straight back to Super Rugby next weekend. We were sick this week, but we also covered the Sevens since they were a little bit shorter, and like I did assume that a lot of those Super Rugby games were going to be one-sided, which they were. Like, fair credit to the Chiefs, the Blues, the Brumbies, and also the Rebels. But like, yeah, I'm hoping for closer games next week, because going into a couple of those games, it just looked like one side was going to win and one was going to really struggle. I'm starting my celebration already for New Zealand. That is early to do it, but I mean, I like the confidence. Final of Hong Kong Sevens 2034. Well, we're 10 years away, but who knows? Anyone could be out there on the field in 10 years' time. Caleb Blythe getting 2 tries throughout that first half. Georgia Miller getting the other for New Zealand to bring up their 3. And then Alex Cedric, the 1 try scorer for the USA. Of course, the other New Zealand side, the men's, going to be taken to the field in only 25 minutes' time. We will also be covering that one. I thought Happy Feet was a different type of film. I love that movie, but I've only watched it like once. For some reason, I enjoyed it, but I was like, I think once watching them slap their flippers around is enough for me. Like, they've actually brought out a second one, haven't they? Or a third Happy Feet movie now. But, like, yeah, there's some banging tunes in there. A little bit of the bass when they slap their feet on the snow. Half time, ladies and gentlemen, in this one. 17 points to 7. Just the air of the Blues. Hemi, says Spider Mech. Are they playing next week, the Blues? Well, we're at half time. We might as well have a very quick Google. Of course, like I mentioned, the next leg of the Sevens taking place in early May. And it's a little way away, but next week we're going to get to see Moana versus the Reds, Waratahs versus Crusaders, Hurricanes Chiefs, Rebels versus Highlanders. There's much better games next week than we had this week, I think, in terms of closeness. But I always say her name wrong. She's got some very good lipstick, though. No matter what, throughout the games, it always stays on. And, like, if she's not sponsored in some regard by that lipstick, I think that she should be. It's going to be kicked off long by the USA. Oh, no, that was by New Zealand. Of course, they're wearing the white, aren't they? Now, let's go New Zealand. Can I get a hoya? Not quite a whole one, but you can have that little teaser that I gave you. 5 metres out from their line now. Going to be Cedric, the try scorer. New Zealand's defence rushing up, trying to shut him down. Now it's chipped in behind. They've actually gone with a kick. Now, we haven't actually seen Sammy Sullivan touch the ball as of yet. And I feel like that's a good tactic because once that girl touches the ball, she gets angry. Made one tackle so far. That being just before. How much for you to put lipstick on? Too much, Paddy. Too much indeed. I'd have to buy lipstick first is the only thing. So, like, you're looking at it at least $1,000. I'm not making it cheap. A nice tackle made by Michaela Blyde. No, she's actually broken through Michaela Blyde. Ball still there for New Zealand. 6 minutes remaining. They've got a 10-point advantage at the moment for the Black Ferns. One more try here may get the job done. The Rugby stream side I use is a few seconds slower than this. Says choke the woke. Now back across. Going to be Stefano. Also formerly known as Teresa Fitzpatrick. Poley Lane. Ball on the outside to Wickman Wycliffe. Michaela Blyde has a juggle. And Sullivan can't stop her. It's another try. Hat-trick hero for Michaela Blyde. She's making it very difficult for the USA here. Up the Kiwi, says Craig. And I think the Black Ferns might just win this in beautiful NZ. Says Calera. And go on, give a price. No, you're looking at over 4 figures. Like, it's not going to be cheap. Nice try for Michaela Blyde. I think you should ask how much Hamish would pay for lipstick on your feet. Says Grant. That's not going to become a thing, Grant. That kick has gone about 5 metres. So it is a unsuccessful conversion, which still keeps the USA within 3 tries. 3 tries behind Maddie Levi in this series. They're going to go into the final couple legs. The New Zealand supporters are fired up in the crowd. Kid behind them looks absolutely terrified. Just like the Blues and the Chiefs just won. Says I choked the woke. And New Zealand has this final, says Kevin. 4.5 minutes remaining. The USA haven't been able to find their rhythm. Too late, it's a thing. It is not a thing, Flesham. We can leave it as not a thing. We can be happy enough moving forward. It's going to become a thing in the Discord, isn't it? It's going to be kicked in behind now. Claimed by the USA. They have got the X Factor on the field, Jazz Gray. I'm surprised they didn't start her, to be honest. How much to do a full makeup? Nah, not happening. Over $1,000 at least. NBA hero. She can be a hero just for one day. Says that Spider Mech. It's going to be loose from the US. It's already a thing in the Discord, mate, says Grant. And wuss, says Fancy Blaze. Nicely taken. Do you know how much makeup is, though? It costs like a few hundred just to get it. A nice run, Ma. Oh, yeah. Knocked on by Thomas. Wasn't able to hang on to it. She apologises to her teammates. But they may just use up enough time on the clock for New Zealand to have this one secure. It already has. Says Flishin. It can't have already, can it? It's been like 5 seconds. Scrolling down to the newest. Yeah, it's become a thing in the Discord. How are you guys so quick at it? It looks like Portion Whitcliffe has made her way off the field. That's fair few hundred to buy it and put it on. And we work quickly, says Grant, but Tyler King, she is back to her feet, I should say. A little bit of an injury. Second oldest in the New Zealand side. 29 years of age. Bring both trophies back home to the Kiwis, and oh boy, Makera USA, you get burn. Risi Pori Lane, about to feed this ball, and it's still an atmosphere in Hong Kong, which is absolutely awesome to see. Ball has been fed in, back across to the right-hand side, bounce pass, doesn't work out for New Zealand. Back on the side of the US, we're desperate to get that next try. Here comes Jazz Gray. If she scores now, it would just show exactly why she should have been in the starting side. It's 3:30 a.m. in the USA. That is commitment that you are watching the final, and hopefully you have enjoyed it, even though the game is a little bit more one-sided than I think USA would have enjoyed. Like, the thing is, still making it to the final. This is their first final. Oh, that's a beautiful break in line. Stacey Waka gets dragged down by Sammy Sullivan. Now the space is opening up. One more pass. New Zealand between the posts will score it. And it's going to be Paul who gets it. That is not the first name, by the way. It is Mahina Paul who finishes the job. Oh, yes. Says Kalera. And there as well. But just Nuku getting that ball and knocking it out of the hands. Then Stacey Waka, formerly known as Stacey Flula, managed to break it. Good last tackle made by Sammy Sullivan. I reckon New Zealand's going to score one more after this one. Says Novmum there in 6:32 a.m. here. Says Rowan, what's the link to the Discord? Says Benza. It's not a well-known one. Like, it's only like, I think, 5 people, I believe. So it's just a little old school one from like the cricketing and WWWRFU days. Bit of a throwback to rugby geeks. Dickie, as his nickname was. I don't even know what his first name is. I've forgotten it, but it's something. You know, he has one. Now, Jazz Gray, back across to the right-hand side. Bit of work there from Olsen. Ball is available for the US. They're on their own 22, so a long way to go. Dickie, is that literally his first name? Because Dickie normally is like short for if your last name's Dixon. His first name is Dickie. Is it actually? Wow. My mind is blown. Now, nice inside ball. Jazz Gray trying to bump off the fend attempt. Was Paul. And a job well done, girls. Let's go home. Bye, Hammy. Says Spider Meg. Nice attack and run here from Sammy Sullivan. Look for the offload. New Zealand have got it back. This is becoming very scrappy. The ball is bouncing on the grass more than it is hitting the hands, but now it's a beautiful inside ball. Here comes another chance, and Paul will be making her way through for her double. And there's still 20 seconds left. There could be a hat-trick on the cards for her as well, though I think New Zealand strategically will let this clock run out before they put it through the sticks. But this one's one-sided. Ladies and gentlemen, the scoreboard's a little bit behind. It's now to 34. And hallelujah, thank you, Lord. And there is another try. The big question is, can they score another? I've just heard the siren, so it is whether or not they have taken that kick early. It's a secret Discord server, says Grant. Although now that you've said it's a secret one, fun fact, not a secret. And maybe not. If they have one, it's usually short for Richard up here. I can be called just Dickie. That is true. And a clap in there from Craig. He must be in California, but that is going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. 36 points to 7. The win for New Zealand. USA, a much-earned silver medal. And yes, this game has been a little bit one-sided, but at the same time, this is still crucial points on the overall standings for the USA. They can really take a lot out of this competition. It's the highest finish that they have had throughout the 2023-24 season. So even though it may not seem like they were that close in this one, it still meant a lot for this USA side to make it as far as they did. And they will be back. Now that they've tasted a final, they will want to redeem themselves. They'll want to take down the Kiwis, maybe in the finals of Madrid. Who knows? Where we will see the USA back in there. Beautiful game. Thank you very much. Says Calera in there. So the next game, ladies and gentlemen, that is taking place, it is going to be at 10:50 p.m. New Zealand time. So that is in 15 minutes time. And that is the final between New Zealand and France for the men's. Heavy defeat for the USA. Bad luck, USA. Well done. Although, hold your heads up. Says Aotearoa made. And again, great call, brother. Says yikes. So yeah, only 15 minutes away from the next one, ladies and gents. Be sure to pop in for that France versus New Zealand game. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We've got plenty more coming this weekend. Well, this next weekend with Super Rugby returning to the channel. Also alongside that, we've got a few other bits and bobs coming on the channel in the next couple of weeks. So be sure to give that a look as well. One moment, we will go like this, like that. There we go. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And we will see you all for